I'm Colin Bailey, Associate Director, and Peter J. Sharp, Chief Curator of the Frick Collection, New York. Giovanni Bellini's St. Francis in the Desert is one of the most beloved pictures in the Frick Collection today. It was acquired by Henry Clay Frick in 1915, and to be honest, he was not a great fan of religious paintings. Frick loved landscapes and portraits, and of course it is the glorious light and landscape in the St. Francis by Bellini that draws us today. It's one of the greatest Renaissance paintings in any museum in America, and it's in tremendously good condition. Let's enter the picture. We're already drawn into it by this radiance and this sense of well-being and happiness that communicates itself to anyone who comes in front of the picture. The subject of the picture is St. Francis, who received the stigmata at La Verna in 1224. His order had developed over the centuries and now was one of the most vibrant and most beloved religious orders in the Veneto. In fact, there was even an island not far from the mainland devoted to St. Francis and the observance of his creed. In our picture, St. Francis looks as if he is welcoming the sun. His mouth is open, his hands are stretched out, and there is this glorious radiance that comes from upper left. Everyone in the countryside is silent. The shepherd, the sheep, the birds, the donkey, they all look towards this radiance. The laurel tree bends with the weight of the sun's movement. Everything is in bloom. Flowers are sprouting. A little rabbit peeks its head through the stones to see what's going on. It's a moment of revelation. And in the background is probably the very first naturalistic townscape or cityscape ever painted in Western art. At the time, someone looking at this picture in 1525 said that it was meticulously and marvelously painted. We see hill towers, we see bridges, we see a river, we see a whole world, perhaps yet rising. The moment that we are looking at is probably dawn or the rising of the sun. It's a day before everyone has woken up. St. Francis has been in his study, ruminating on Christ's crucifixion. We see the cross, we see a crown of thorns, we see a skull. Suddenly, he has left his lectern. He doesn't even wear his sandals. He leaves his walking stick behind to come into the sun. He embraces the light, he embraces God. The scene is suffused with warmth and revelation. Regardless of the exact meaning of the picture, and art historians have spent many, many years and many articles debating the meaning, despite all this, the picture gives us comfort because it seems so restful, so joyous, so joyful. And that, I'm sure, is one of the reasons why it is the most beloved picture in our collection. Like all the pictures acquired by Henry Clay Frick, the Bellini St. Francis can never travel on loan. It can never leave the museum. But we examined it at the Metropolitan Museum to understand better how it was created, how it was painted, what sort of preparation Bellini it was engaged in. We found out that of the 3 panels of this picture, when we take the frame off, we can see that the very top one has been slightly reduced. It's been cut down. We know this because the detail comes straight to the panel's edge. How much was it cut down? We don't know exactly, but it's unlikely that it was reduced by very much. The picture was never much larger than we see it now. We also can see extraordinary underdrawing, a preparation through infrared reflectography, and this material was discovered really for the first time only a year ago. In the living hall of the Frick collection, the picture holds the same spot that it had during Frick's lifetime. This was a room which has changed very little over time, where the pictures and the furniture are more or less as they were in Frick's day. One imagines him sitting at the end of an afternoon looking out to the Fifth Avenue garden and Central Park beyond, and then taking pleasure in the warmth of a Venetian landscape. For more about this picture, visit us at frick.org and come and see Bellini's St. Francis in the Desert in the living hall at the Frick Collection.